African proverb, I am because we are. And that impact from those people, those persons that I shared those same avenues with, I shared those same ugly corners with, them shame stories. We got these same struggles and things like that. To see me be able to do what I'm doing right now today, it's got to be. And I'm not even speaking from an arrogant position. It's got to be an inspiration from you, because if a person know me for real, like I ain't, it was a sore shot for me. Like I ain't never, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't never think I was gonna be in this position, doing anything of the degree in which I'm doing it right now today. I had aspirations. I had dreams of being greater than my behavior. However, it was short, so I never seen anything that this long sighted. You know what I mean? So I bring that back to my community in abundance. Like, if I'm able to do it, then dog, there really ain't no excuse for you. You know what I mean?
Do you think haters are fans in disguise?
Oh yeah, definitely, most definitely. Because in order for you to put that much attention into me, you got to be infatuated. Because why would you? In order to hate on me, you had to have some type of fabric. So that means you had to do some type of research. You know what I mean? And you ain't doing nothing but spreading my glory, because you only gonna make somebody else want to figure out if what you saying about me is just that true.
You're
You know what I
interesting.
mean? Yeah, so that you can't hate me without loving me. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. It's just so sad that you'll become so hypnotized, so much drunk, so punch drunk in the way that you feel, in that two-bit emotion, that you be willing to take my life over it. You know what I'm saying? Like brother we listening to right now, the same kind of thing. You know what I mean? Come from his community, doing well, helping people, putting on, giving jobs. You know what I mean? Being a beacon of light, not just for persons of his community, but for persons outside that community from a capitalistic standpoint that may want to do business within this culture. You know what I mean? He presented a beacon for that, and somebody from his neighborhood was the person that viciously and egregiously murdered him. You know what I mean? So that's not something new. That's something that's always been going on within the culture. It's just, I think it becomes so much of a shock today because, there's certain things that it's a sad it was a wake up call, because it's a sad reality that we thought we were so far past that we still see that it's a quagmire. We're still mired in that. You know what I mean? And I think that's the shameful disposition that we're trying to get away from as a people. That you should feel the safest at home. You know what I mean? And oftentimes, and that's just not for me from the hood. That's a lot of people. They don't feel safe at home. You know what I mean? And it just so happened that, from the savage incline of my environment, that, you could really lose your life for doing well. You know what I mean? Just for pulling up.
Can you talk to me a little bit about creativity and disruption?
What would you like to know about creativity and disruption?
Take me where you want to go talking about creativity and disruption. And how is disruption tied to creativity?
Well, disruption, I feel like the two are, I'm not going to say one and the same, but you could easily see how the two are so closely tethered. Because creativity is simply your ability to tether or to be able to articulate yourself and your experiences as you've been able to navigate or to exercise your agency in this phenomenal world. You know what I mean? That within itself, if I articulated myself well, that within itself is disrupting. You understand what I'm saying? You just being clear, me just being Naja, Yali being just being himself, that just, and having agency within that, and then being able to command that to somebody else, articulate that to somebody else, that's within itself disruptive. Now you tether success onto that. Now it's really, that's super disruptive, because now somebody else sees that way as a viable way of forward momentum or progression. So creativity, absolutely. It's just, I feel like we have such a, it wouldn't be disruption. It wouldn't even be a need for the word if that wasn't a thing. You get what I'm saying? Groupthink is a thing. Collective consciousness is a thing. And when somebody brings themselves in their POV, their vantage point to this conversation and how they've been able to navigate, I feel like when I'm talking to somebody new and they're telling me about their experiences and their successes in doing what they do, it's cheat codes in that for me. Why? Because they're exploiting their creativity in such a way that they were able to get to where they are. They were able to advance themselves on this turf to wherever they wanted to be. So there's something in that I might be able to use to get me to where I want to get to, right?
Elevation.
And that's the custom fix, right? Like custom made and creativity is not like one and the same thing, right? Because custom made is say this shirt could have been custom made for me, right? But this is somebody else's creative product. You get what I'm saying? The way I put it together might be creative and it expresses it's my self-expression. However, this is still somebody else's creative product. You get what I'm saying? So this
So what are you selling?
I'm not selling anything.
No, I'm saying that someone else's.
Yeah.
But it's making you up to be you, and there's only one you.
Right. So that's the point I'm getting to. That somebody is willing to pay for your creative product, no matter what. Like it might not always be monetary. However, somebody might offer you a position, opportunity, or anything because of that level of disruption, that level of creativity that you bring into that arena. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I feel like the true profession of any real like a person that really just just embraces their creativity is contract work. Because you never really feel, you always want to do something else. I'll put it like that. It'll always be another project.